Hello friends, this is Leslie here from leslievoice.com. Welcome to the Job Seekers Mastery course. In this video, we are going to see about a very important technique to clear any interview. You might go for multiple interviews and sometimes you don't clear that, right? And you'll be thinking, what happened to this interview? I answered all the questions. I was able to answer all technical questions. The interview was good. I felt the interview went really good, but why they didn't shortlist me? You might have these questions, right? So this video will answer you those questions. How to really crack any interview for that matter. When I say any interview, even if you go for an interview in Google, Facebook, if you use this technique, you can easily clear those interviews. Okay. So that going to talk about two methods. One is more of a psychological, and one is a logical approach, right? So the first method is, I feel this method is actually I invented this method. Basically, it's not a big invention though, but just a suggestion for you, right? So the first method is understanding the mindset of the interviewer. Let's say you are going for an in-person interview. The interviewer is right opposite to you, and you are sitting here. You are face to face, right? And now you have an opportunity to see his actions, reactions, and what questions he is asking, all those things, right? Now you can easily understand what exactly he is going through in his mind. If you really put those effort into your mind, if you think that you want to understand what exactly the person opposite to you is sitting and thinking about you, probably you can try to understand to some extent, not 100% agree, but to some extent, right? So basically it is understanding the mindset. How do you do that? You think about the questions he is asking, how he is arriving to the next questions. Like he asks one question and then he puts a sub question to it and then a sub question, right? That's how the interview goes usually. So you try to understand the intention of him asking that question. What is the reason he is asking that question? It's not just about the question. You should think why he is asking that question. If you're able to think in that terms why he is asking that question, then probably you will be able to find what is the answer for that question. A person who is asking, let's say the first interviewer, let's name it, interviewer 1 asked the same question and the interviewer 2 also asked the same question. But the expectation from the interviewer 1 is different. The expectation from the interviewer 2 might be different because each interviewer is unique. They have unique expectations. Their mindset is different. Even if you're going for one job, for a role in a particular company, and for the same role you have done multiple interviews, let's say interview 1, interview 2, interview 3, it's that moment, it's that 30 minutes or 40 minutes that you have to convince the interviewer that you are the best talent available. If you fail to do so, then probably you will not be able to go to the next level, right? So it's not about thinking the whole process. It's about that moment. It's about that particular instance sitting in front of the interviewer. You try to clear it. If you really want to clear that, then you need to understand why this person is asking this question. Why, right? If you have the answer for why, then probably you'll be able to pitch your answer in the right way to the interviewer, which will definitely convince him saying that you are the best candidate. Okay, so it will not come that easily after you watch this video and you go for next interview tomorrow. Then if you think that I want to understand what this person is thinking of, then probably no. It will come by practice. I practice this on all my interviews. I try to understand what exactly this person is thinking of, why he is asking this question, what is the intention behind this question, right? What answer he is really expecting out of me. So when I ask that question why, I'll try to understand what answer he is expecting out of me so I can give those answers to him. There will be different answers for one particular question. There can be different answers, right? There can be different approach to one question itself. So what exactly he is looking for. If you're able to give that, then probably you can clear that interview. If you don't, then you might fail in that interview. So this is one technique that I will tell you to practice so that you can learn over a period of time. You cannot immediately learn it, immediately implement it, but if you try to do it over a period of certain interviews, you'll be able to easily do it. Okay. The second important technique which I'm going want to talk about is a logical technique, which I said. It's a STAR method. STAR, STAR. It's S is called a situation, T is for task, A is for action, R is for result. So any interview you go for, they ask some question, right? And they might ask you, like, what is your strength? What is your strength? Then you might say, my strength is X, Y, Z, and some strength you are quoting. If you close your answer there, then that's the right answer, but that's not a good answer. That's not a best answer, right? So when somebody asks you about your quality or anything for that matter, try to see if you can give an example. How to give an example? That's the point now. You should give an example. If you say, I'm a hardworking person, that's your strength, okay, but how do you justify that you are a hardworking person? That's what an interviewer wants to learn from you. It's not just what your skill is. It's not just what exactly that one word you talk about you in the interview. If he asks you, what is your strength? If you just say, I'm a hardworking person, then who can believe that? Nobody knows. He has not seen how well you work hard, right? So you should able to give examples. How do you give examples? That's where the STAR method comes. You should say a situation. You should create a story. When I say create a story, don't create fake stories. I'm saying from your previous experience, there might be a situation that you need to complete a project with a short deadline, right? That's a situation. And you can see I had a project which came. It's a very important project, very crucial project. But however, we need to deliver that project in a short time. Though we need really more time to complete that project, I took up that ownership, and then these are the tasks I gone through to take up the project, and these are the actions I worked on it. These are the actions. This is how I worked very hard. I planned my project very well. I asked for resources from different teams. I took the best people so that I can deliver that project. And finally, the outcome was I was able to complete the project before 5 days than the deadline. That's the result. If you give this answer immediately, at that instance, the interviewer will get impressed by your answer. So it's very important that you give an answer with an example with STAR technique. Situation, action, and then result. What was the situation? What action you took, and what was the result, right? And how do you feel that result is right or bad or whatever it is. So any question for that matter, if you think that there can be some examples that can be given, yes, please do that. If it's a technical interview and people ask you what is 1 plus 1, then probably you cannot give examples for it. But there might be situation, can you tell me what is your highest, best achievement so far? And you say, I have increased my sales by 20% in last quarter. Okay, but how do you do it? That's what you need to talk about. It's not just about that one liner, right? It's about the justifying that answer, justifying that statement. Whatever you say, you should be able to justify. How do you justify? With examples in STAR method. So try to implement this method in all your interviews. Try to ask questions to yourself, and try to answer in this way, which I told you just now, that is a STAR technique. Then see the result. After that, you will witness the result of what exactly you're going through, right? You'll be easily able to clear the interviews. I have interviewed so many candidates in my last 6 years of career, and I see it's 1 or 2% of people use this technique to answer the questions. So as I told, it's all about examples. It's all about how you deliver an answer. You can say, I am a great achiever, but who was the evidence for it? You should give the evidence immediately, right? So how do they say? You take examples. Don't wait for the interviewers to ask for examples. You take examples. You give this answer, right? Don't wait for the answer to. Don't wait for the interviewer to ask how you did, what you did, etc., etc. You give that answer, right? So when you give, the interviewer gets more confidence and he will get convinced by your answers. Okay. Okay. And the other method, it's not a method, and doing so, when you do this, you should be parallelly analyzing what's the next question he is going to ask and how you can counter that questions, right? So that's how you should set up an interview. That's how you should take the interview on your control, right? Even though the interviewer will ask a lot of questions, fine. If you really want to impress them, this one technique if you use, I am very much sure that you will be able to do it. I have used this is a proven technique, and I believe if you're using, you will also agree to it. Thank you very much. If you like this video, please do share. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. And if you have any questions about this, you can ask on the comments. I will definitely reply to you.